which we live.
There are a lot of people in this country who think that you personally have a great deal to atone for, that you have said things that are anti-Semitic, anti-white, anti-Catholic, anti-female. Will you be leading the atonement?
I'm sorry? I heard the first part. Your question was?
My question, will you be the first to atone?
Oh, well, I don't think there's any of us who is without sin. The Holy Quran teaches us that if God were to punish man for his sins, not one soul would be left alive on the earth.
But will you be specifically atoning for those things that you have said, those things you have said about Jews and whites and women?
If I have said things, if I had said these things, certainly I would have no problem with atoning. But I cannot atone for what the press has said that I didn't say, nor can I atone for your failure to accept my explanation of what the press said that I said. But certainly I will lead atonement because I have sins that I must beg God's forgiveness for, and so do you.
Mr. Farrakhan, before, in a segment you did not hear, Professor Lowry of Boston University said the march is marching on the wrong target. It should be marching on crack dealers and housing projects and cleaning up the ghettos, whereas it's the wrong symbolism to be coming to Washington petitioning for government action to solve problems that are not fundamentally amenable to government solutions. What do you say to that criticism?
Well, certainly we're coming to Washington because Washington is the capital of our oppression, and it is the capital of those public policies that ill affect our people, and it is also the capital of horrendous foreign policy that keeps America's foot on the rise of Africa, the Caribbean, and Central America.
Can you give an example of the policy of oppression, a policy that the removal of which would lighten your oppression?
Well, listen, we're not coming to beg Washington. Our days of begging white folk to do for us what we could do for ourselves is over. We're coming to Washington to make a statement. Our plea is to Almighty God. Our atonement is to Almighty God, and it is He whom we are trying to reconcile our differences with.
But oppression is a strong word. Can you give me an example of a government policy that is oppressing you?
Oh, well, the history of America is replete with those kind of policies. All we need to do is go back to the counterintelligence program of J. Edgar Hoover, which was paid for by our tax dollars, which had an effort to destroy black leaders and black organizations.
Okay, well, let's leave the past then. You've been charged with being anti-Semitic and anti-white. Can you tell us some Jewish and white leaders in America you admire?
Oh, let's not waste time with something like that. Please, you know.
Is that a no? I mean, you...
No, but for me to sit here on your program to pull out white folk that I admire, Jews that I admire, what good is that going to do? Why is such a question like that?
Well, it might show people that you are not anti-Jewish and anti-white, as you have always seemed to be.
I never have been anti-Jewish, nor am I anti-white. You cannot find anything that I or we have done to stop white folk from making progress or Jews from making progress. Now, let's turn that around. Has America been anti-black? Have Jews been anti-black? Has there been any atonement on the part of America for the evils that they have inflicted on black people? No. So please don't ask me a question like that. I thought you wanted to talk about a million-man march.
Well, Minister Farrakhan,